to express Pakistan's deep concern and disappointment on the US State Department's unilateral and arbitrary designation of Pakistan as a country of particular concern. This pronouncement is detached from ground realities of Pakistan. Pakistan has a multi-religious and pluralistic society with a rich tradition of interfaith harmony. Religious freedom and the protection of rights of minorities are guaranteed in the Constitution and enforced through a range of legislative, policy, and administrative measures. We have also noted with deep concern and disappointment that India, the biggest violator of religious freedom, has once again been not included in the State Department's designations list, despite clear recommendation by the US Commission on International Religious Freedom. This conspicuous omission raises serious questions about the credibility and transparency of the entire process and makes it a subjective and discriminatory exercise. International concerns over India's treatment of religious minorities have been the subject of several hearings of the US Congress and reports of UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, the special procedure mandate holders of the UN Human Rights Council, and reputed international NGOs. We have conveyed our concerns to the US government regarding this designation. The 30th anniversary of the demolition of the historic Babri Mosque in the Indian city of Ayodhya by Hindu zealots is a sad reminder of the growing religious intolerance in India, which should not be ignored by the international community. Pakistan has expressed its deep regrets over the non-issuance of visas to its blind cricket team by India for the participation in the third T20 World Cup cricket tournament for the blind. As a result of the Indian decision, Pakistani players could not attend an international sporting event of special significance. India's practice of politicizing sporting events must end. We have conveyed our deep disappointment and regrets over this development. Today, I would like to speak specifically about the situation of Kashmiri journalists in IIOJK who are working under intense pressure, facing intimidation, assault, and arrests. The media policy enforced in IIOJK is aimed at curtailing free flow of information and to make media a mere propagator of India's disinformation campaign. Kashmiri media is barred from covering the actual situation in the occupied territory and not to print statements of the APHC leaders. A few weeks ago, a Kashmiri photojournalist, Ms. Sana Irshad Mattu, was stopped from traveling to New York to receive the prestigious Pulitzer Prize. Prominent journalists including Asif Sultan, Manan Gulzar Dar, Fahad Shah, and Sajad Gul are in illegal detention in different jails. Many more have been summoned, harassed, and threatened by the Indian authorities. These draconian measures cannot hide the true face of the Indian occupation from the rest of the world. As we mark the International Human Rights Day on the 10th of December, we must keep in our thoughts the oppressed people of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, as the human rights violations in IIOJK continue unabated and their inalienable right to self-determination continues to be denied. Foreign Minister is on a 3-day visit to Indonesia and Singapore. He landed in Bali, Indonesia last evening and will travel to Singapore tonight. This morning, the Foreign Minister attended the 15th Bali Democracy Forum. Established in 2008, BDF aims to create a progressive democratic architecture in Asia-Pacific. Pakistan last attended the Bali Democracy Forum at the level of the Foreign Minister in 2011. At the forum, the Foreign Minister stressed the need for democracies to reinvent themselves, to be more responsive to the needs of their people. He called for reform of international financial institutions and underscored the importance of democracies in developing countries to collaborate in responding to common challenges. Foreign Minister has held a meeting with his counterpart from Indonesia, Her Excellency Retno Marsudi. This was their second meeting this year. They earlier met in Cambodia in August on the sidelines of ARF Foreign Ministers' meeting. The two foreign ministers reviewed the state of bilateral relations and agreed to further strengthen dialogue at all levels and pursue mutually beneficial cooperation. As the two largest Islamic countries, Pakistan and Indonesia will maintain dialogue on matters relating to the OIC and global and regional issues of mutual interest. The two foreign ministers have signed a landmark Memorandum of Understanding on establishment of a joint ministerial commission at the foreign ministerial level. JMC will oversee mutually beneficial cooperation and promote regular bilateral engagement. In Bali, Foreign Minister has also held a meeting with the Foreign Minister of Bosnia-Herzegovina, Her Excellency Dr. Bisra Tarkovic. Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari expressed Pakistan's desire to further strengthen our bilateral engagement with Bosnia-Herzegovina. As we speak, the Foreign Minister is participating in the International Conference on Afghan Women Education. In his remarks, he will speak on the importance of education for women and their participation in decision-making. He will underline the need for concrete and practical assistance programs benefiting all sections of society. Foreign Minister will also reiterate Pakistan's strong support for the well-being and prosperity of the people of Afghanistan. The Foreign Minister will fly to Singapore tonight for the second leg of the East Asia visit. There he will meet Foreign Minister, His Excellency Dr. Vivian Balakrishnan, and President, Her Excellency Halima Yaqub. During these meetings, the Foreign Minister will emphasize the importance accorded by Pakistan to its relations with Singapore, a key partner in ASEAN. The two sides will discuss cooperation in diverse areas and measures to add momentum to bilateral relations. The visit of the Foreign Minister to Indonesia and Singapore reflects Pakistan's keen desire to deepen its engagement with ASEAN countries. On the 6th of December, the fifth round of Pakistan-Argentina bilateral political consultations was held in Islamabad. It was led by Foreign Secretary Dr. Asad Majid Khan and Argentina's Secretary of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Pablo Tatamanti. The BPC provided an opportunity for the two sides to discuss matters of mutual interest, including trade, agriculture, and investment cooperation. They also discussed UN reform and climate change issues and regional issues of mutual interest. Regarding upcoming engagements, Secretary General of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, His Excellency Mr. Hussein Brahim Taha, will undertake a visit to Pakistan from 11th to 12th December 2022. This will be his first country visit to Pakistan since assuming office in November 2021. The Secretary General will call on the Prime Minister of Pakistan and hold delegation-level meetings with the Foreign Minister. He will also visit Azad Jammu and Kashmir. Issues on the agenda of OIC, including the Jammu and Kashmir dispute, Islamophobia, and humanitarian situation in Afghanistan, will be discussed. It will also be an opportunity to exchange views on economic, social, and technological cooperation among OIC member countries. As a founding member of OIC and the current chair of Council of Foreign Ministers, Pakistan will continue to promote Islamic solidarity, unity, and dialogue. Coming to the 2nd December attack on the compound of the Embassy of Pakistan in Kabul that particularly targeted our head of mission, Mr. Rehman Nizamani, Mr. Nizamani was saved because of the timely and valiant action of his security guard, Sepoy Israr Muhammad. Sepoy Israr was injured and was immediately evacuated to Pakistan. He is under treatment in CMH Peshawar. Our head of mission, who is currently on a pre-scheduled visit to Pakistan, has paid a visit to Sepoy Israr. Doctors are encouraged with his progress. The attack on our head of mission inside the embassy compound is concerning. We have conveyed our serious concerns over the incident to the Afghan authorities and beefed up the security of our diplomats and missions. We have also noted initial reports of some arrests and claims. We are in active contact with Afghan authorities and are following the situation closely. Pakistan expects a full investigation of the attack and exemplary punishment for the perpetrators as well as the planners. The attack of 2nd December is yet another reminder of the threat that terrorism poses to peace and stability in Afghanistan and the region. I would now like to express Pakistan's deep concern and disappointment on the US State Department's unilateral and arbitrary designation of Pakistan as a country of particular concern. This pronouncement is detached from ground realities of Pakistan. Pakistan has a multi-religious and pluralistic society with a rich tradition of interfaith harmony. Religious freedom and the protection of rights of minorities are guaranteed in the Constitution and enforced through a range of legislative, policy, and administrative measures. We have also noted with deep concern and disappointment that India, the biggest violator of religious freedom, has once again been not included in the State Department's designations list, despite clear recommendation by the US Commission on International Religious Freedom. This conspicuous omission raises serious questions about the credibility and transparency of the entire process and makes it a subjective and discriminatory exercise. International concerns over India's treatment of religious minorities have been the subject of several hearings of the US Congress and reports of